Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this morning's Pick a Card. It's a Monday morning. Welcome. And soulmates are on my mind because so many people come to the readings and they are wanting to be connected to a divine counterpart, someone who is destined to be in their life as a partner. Hi, Kane. Welcome. So today we are here to pull cards on the very idea that there's someone looking for you. Imagine that. You're waiting on love. I'm lighting up my Palo Santo over here. You're waiting on love, and you've been waiting for a long time. And you've been doing the affirmations, and you've been trying your best to forgive that ex and let them go. And the point is, you're waiting and waiting and waiting. Anybody relate? Hit the thumbs up. Let me know you are in the right place for this reading today. Okay? Hi, Lamasa from Holland. Welcome. Those of you who are not looking for a soulmate, well, one of my other lives might be more suited to you. But today we're going off after the energy of soulmate. Favorite food is Indian. Me too. I'm kind of a baby though, because when it comes to curry, I'm not very brave. Welcome, you all. Welcome to this soulmate reading today. And Kane has been here before, and Kane understands that we always celebrate something that is pleasant in our lives in order to get yourself a reading. So if you want to just watch along and watch the readings as they come, I welcome you to do that. And if you'd like to have me read you a card personally, all you have to do is put something that's your favorite food, and I will honor that. This is the deck I'm using today. I just think it's one of my prettiest decks, and the Love Oracle. So welcome, welcome. Good morning, Lilith. I'm so glad to see you. So even if you're like Lilith and you're already living with your soulmate, the fact is that your soulmate, even if you know them, are wanting a deeper connection with you. Isn't that true, Lilith? That even though you've met someone who is specifically, you know they're your soulmate, the fact is that that soulmate is still wanting you. They want you to be freely connected to you. And so if you are not in a relationship yet, you can prepare yourself for what it is that your soulmate is looking for. Because believe me, someone is looking for you. I promise you that. Why? Because if you have the desire within you to be deeply connected, so does someone else. Roxy, welcome. Roxy, this is a cool message for you today, I know personally, because Roxy's reached out to me. And so this whole idea of believing that somebody is looking for you. And when that's true, you will find that. So surrender, no soulmate, alone for 28 years. You know what? Sometimes your animals are your soulmates. I don't mean to make light of it, but many times a pet can be a soulmate. A lot of times what I say right now is that my dogs are my cards are my soulmate. I have such pleasure with my relationship with the tarot that I know that it's an energetic living thing. So we're going to move right along. We have Kane, whose favorite food is Indian. And then we have Lilith Child, whose favorite food is Mediterranean diet. And I agree with you there. So that's what buys you a reading here with me today, is that naming your favorite food. So this is my beautiful love oracle. So Kane, this is the message for you from the cards. What is it you need to know to put yourself into alignment with the soulmate that's looking for you? Let's see what's going on. Okay, balance. There needs to be a healthy balance of physical, emotional, and spiritual intimacy for a relationship to be stable, sustainable. That word sustainable, a relationship that lasts. I feel like the person that's looking for you, Kane, they have been hurt in the past, and the people that they have been with have been closed or out of balance. Do you know the toy that kids play with at the park, that teeter-totter, or it's called a seesaw, where you've got two people on either end of the toy, and they take turns lifting each other up and bringing each other down. That seesaw can be very scary if you get stuck at the top and there's nothing to pull you down into balance. So the person that's looking for a soulmate right now, Kane, your person, they're in kind of a healing journey. When they came out of that other relationship, they could see how out of balance it was, and they're searching for someone who understands that no one can be somebody's everything. Okay, no one is the perfect partner. Now, this is my magic emblem for us today, because I picked the stars because they are the sign of healing. And when you go out and see the sky at night, all of us, we just need to lift up our hearts and be grateful that we have survived our past relationships. Okay, these cracks that you see on the star are the scars of past love. And this is what makes you a powerful manifester for new love. Because as you allow the cracks to be, they become part of your being and they help you know what you really, really want. If you don't know what you want in a relationship, it's a symptom of not being in balance, because you have an inner being, you have your own needs, your own career, you have things that are very important in your life that are not going to change when you meet this person. So just be patient, knowing that your soulmate is preparing themselves for you, Cain. They want to be able to be in a sustainable relationship. This word sustainable. Now, Cain, I'm going to give you unusual homework. Are you ready? I want for you to go to a little website. It's called Word Hippo. Word hippo, like the animal. And in that word hippo, type in the word sustainable. It will bring you several words that mean the same thing. I'm curious if when you do that, Cain, if you're going to have an aha about how you can be the kind of partner that your partner's looking for. Okay? Now, you guys who are here, thank you so much, Cain, for being here. Don't be surprised if one of these messages actually resonates with your personal needs. It's odd how in a collective reading, a card can speak to you even though you haven't asked a question. So, my darling Lilith, this is your card, and all you have to do to get me to read you a card is put your favorite food. Whatever is your favorite food, that's something you appreciate, and that is the ticket. So Lilith, now I know that Lilith is with her soulmate, and so a lot of people say, well, why would I watch this reading? I already have my soulmate. That's because even with your soulmate, that part of you, when they point at you and they say, I want more of you, what are they meaning? What are they wanting? Lilith, here is your card. Okay, so this is so interesting. And sometimes these messages are kind of scary, because different paths, hang on a second. How could I be on a different path as my soulmate? Let's welcome you to reality. When you find a soulmate, they are not a mirror, a twin of yours. They don't look like you. They don't taste this, they don't like the same foods, they don't enjoy the same books. There is a difference, and in embracing that difference, when you embrace the difference rather than be afraid of it, you set up these parallel lines. I'm going to turn the card sideways like this for a second for you, Lilith, and I'm going to explain something. When you are with your soulmate, you have a heart line to the divine. You are called to your divine relationship well before you met your soulmate. And as well as you have a direct line to the divine, so does he or she. Your divine partner also has, I like to call it a divine counterpart. They are also on a different path. If when you connect with someone, you think that your best walk is to be like this, that everywhere they go, you go. If they go to Indian restaurant, you have to go even if you hate it. You have to do everything together. False. Let's look at this. You are not on the same page with the person you have in mind. The directions you want to move into are different. How do you know that's happening in your soulmate relationship? Because there's arguments, because there's tension, because one of you wants to think this way and the other one wants to think that way. If one of you is on a really deeply spiritual path, and you may be called to be a reader or some sort of psychic, and your partner might not be sure about that, we have to be so careful as we explain ourselves and define ourselves when it comes to our deepest path with the divine. Now, just because you may want to go on different paths, you can support one another. And especially if the marriage is a new one, where you're just kind of getting to know each other. Now that you've known each other 3, 4, 5 years, you are not the same person you were when you met, and neither are they. So it's so important to know that if both of you are 100% committed to being your best selves, you're going to make it. Now, there's 2 people online I'm going to recommend for you, Lilith. One of them is called Esther Perel, Perel. She is an absolute expert on dealing with conflict in a relationship. And the other favorite of mine is Jimmy on relationships. He is wonderful, great sense of humor, and he puts these little tiny shorts out that will really help both of you understand one another. You guys are both cracked stars. None of us come through our relationships without scars. And it's the scars that can make us blame our dear soulmate, our dear gift that the universe brought to us. If we're not careful, it looks like they are the ones annoying us, when the reality is we are annoyed because of our past issues. Got it? Wonderful, Lilith. I hope that card is a blessing for you. And I'm just scanning through here. Roxy, spicy chicken. Oh, Roxy, you probably would just laugh out loud if you and I went out somewhere and I said, can you make my chicken a 0 on the scale of 1 to 10, because I'm such a baby with spicy. But Roxy's playing the game today. If you're just tuned in and you never saw me before, I'm Catherine. I am here at Fish Out of Water Tarot, where I welcome people who are seeking wonderful relationships and they just don't understand why they run away from them, okay? And so there is someone looking for you. I feel it in my bones. If you want a soulmate, there is a soulmate out there for you. Believe it or not, not everybody wants one. Now I can hear the lawnmower machine, so I'm sorry if it's going to get a little noisy here. And Roxy, and of course then Murphy has to bark. Welcome to my world, you guys. Okay, Roxy, what is it in this whole belief that someone is looking for you? Now, I will tell you, sometimes in the soulmate search, and thank you so much for putting up with the noise, we can think someone is our soulmate and they may not be, right? So we can get fixated. This person I've met, I'm sure they're my soulmate, and we don't know what that means, do we? Now, let's take a look and see here. What is your message? Okay, oh, Roxy, this is very powerful. Remember, the theory I'm operating on today, and I'm sorry for all the noise in the background, but the theory that I'm operating on is that there is a human being right now who is manifesting you. There's somebody who, when they go to bed at night and they go to their divine connection, they're praying and they're saying, bring me someone. I want someone to be my soulmate. And so what's happening here is that there's fear. Now, fear is something that stops us cold, because fear of being disappointed. I call it FOD, fear of disappointment. Fear of disappointment can be a very difficult thing to overcome. So I'm seeing around your energy, Roxy, and I don't know if it's the person you're thinking about or if it's you, but there is fear that is keeping this heart upside down. See how this heart is right side up? And this one down here is upside down. Even the fact that I have all this noise going on around me, it kind of makes me think that, Roxy, that you have a lot of noise going on in your mind. It seems like you might be overthinking something. Roxy, have your friends ever said you overthink everything? I know I have friends that tell me that. So, Catherine, you're overthinking it. And I'm like, I can't help it. I'm an analyzer. I like to see things in order. I like to feel like I have a plan. If life gets too random, it makes me feel uncomfortable. And because of that, I've gotten into some relationships that weren't very good for me because my heart was not talking to me as much as my mind was. So for you, Roxy, what I would do is in the description box, you'll find something called the Soulmate Generator. And the Soulmate Generator is something that I created to help people who can't find love. And they do have heartbreak from past relationships that are bothering them. So definitely check that out. And I know that you and I will be connected and you'll be getting more information here. So that is helpful. But this is like a launch pad for this next, I would say 30 days, really, the next 30 days, where you're going to have a chance to look at your fears and see if you are actually holding love away by your thought patterns, okay? Now, don't be surprised if you resonate with this and you did not ask me anything. Birds of a feather flock together, and I tend to attract people who are desiring the same thing. So let me take a sip of my tea. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. I'm thrilled. If you're enjoying this, please hit that thumbs up. It lets YouTube know that that this reading is going on, and it draws more people in. And the more people that are in our vortex of belief, the more of us can share in manifesting true love. Surendhar, I'm so grateful. Priyanka, thank you for being here. We just need to remind people to lay down what is their favorite food. That's their ticket to get a reading today. So you put in what your favorite food is. Italian, thank you. And Rihanna, so KL, we have Italian. And then Rihanna, we have a Filipino dish called adobo. So thank you so much. When you guys tell me something that you enjoy, that's the opposite energy of being needy. Okay, if you're trying to attract a soulmate and you have needy energy, it makes people run away from you as fast as they can go. That's why I encourage positivity here on my channel, because that's magical. It's powerful to become a love magnet rather than a love repellent. You know how a mosquito repellent, you spray it on yourself and no bugs will bite? Well, that's what neediness is. If you have too much neediness, you will not attract the kind of partner you want. Trust me on that one. So, KL, when it comes to this idea that your soulmate is actually searching for you, or if you are in a soulmated relationship, this would be the part of your soulmate that wants a deeper connection with you. All right, so let's take a look for KL. KLK, beware of codependency. Addictive behaviors are affecting your romantic life. So interesting that I was talking about neediness, because codependency is all about putting other people's needs ahead of yourself. It's very difficult to create a solid relationship when one person is not aware that they're not taking care of their own heart. The word codependency does come from the addiction world. Murphy, calm yourself, my dear. It comes from the addictive world. a lot of people who are addicted to substances or to the internet or to various distractions, it comes because they don't know how to take care of their own heart. And so for you, Kay, the delay that you're in, the delay about finding your true love could be because you have a hard time taking care of your own heart, that it makes you feel better when you're serving others. If somebody asked you for a favor, could you do this or could you do that? Kay raises their hand and says, yes, I can help you. Yes, even though it's midnight, even though I have to go to work at 6 a.m., I'm happy to go pick you up from wherever you are. So those kinds of connections in your past, guess what? It just attracts more codependent people. So the universe might be giving you a strong message today, Kay, that yes, you are attracting people, but they're all too dependent on you. They're not able to stand up on their own 2 feet. So what I would do is I would look carefully at your last few relationships and ask yourself, did I take care of them more than I took care of myself? A lot of times people say, well, I'm a wonderful girlfriend. I'm a great boyfriend, right? Well, if that was true, why haven't your relationships lasted? If you've been attracting needy people, chances are there's a little neediness in your own vibration, okay? Now, those of you who are curious and you want more, I do have a private community right now. I just started on WhatsApp. It's Fish Out of Water and Friends, where people can step in. I can share my resources with you. I make private videos for my family to help teach how to create true love, and you're welcome to join. Thank you for those of you who did. Yesterday, a woman from Greece joined, and I just love that this is international. And then I had a beautiful woman from the UK who has stepped forward to work with us. So please email me if you have any questions or you need more support, okay? So let's go forward. And now we have Rihanna, who is loving the dish from the Philippines, adobo. So let's see, we'll take that energy. There's someone looking for love. Someone is seeking love deep in their heart. I believe with all my heart this is true. You would not have the desire for a partner if there wasn't another human who is looking for the same thing. I can't tell you why I'm sure of that. I just am. Because I believe the Creator wants us to have what we truly desire. So I don't believe the Creator gives you a desire to mock you or to not bring it to truth. So Rihanna, let's see what your message is. Nothing has gone wrong. Okay, so Rihanna, let's take a moment and take a breath. Someone is definitely coming closer to finding you. You have been doing the work. You have gotten yourself through the worst of those breakups, and you're doing the best you can. The needy vibe that you might have had in the past is fading. It might be because you're doing a lot of volunteer work right now. And you guys, that is such a smart thing to do, because when you volunteer and you get to see people who are less fortunate than you, it brings your heart into balance. Because even though it's been a lonely time, and even though you're tired of waiting, the point is there's nothing wrong. Trust the process. This connection is divinely timed. So Rihanna, I know this is difficult because you're like, well, what does that mean? Do I have to wait another 5 years? I don't want to wait anymore. So let me give you a tip. I wish this lawnmower guy would go away because it's so noisy. But let me give you a tip, Rihanna. What I like to do is I like to imagine that my future partner, I'm just speaking with that language, my future partner has been born. That I know for sure. So can we agree with that, Rihanna? That your soulmate is born and is walking around the planet right now. You might not have met them yet, but you can start to send them love and appreciation. This is such a cool technique. So by acknowledging, even though I haven't met my soulmate yet, I wish the divine to bless them today. Even though I'm not sure who my soulmate is, I know they're walking around the planet. I know they're not a child. And I send love, energy, strength, and encouragement to my soulmate today. Why couldn't you, right? So, as if you already had a soulmate, think and send love and energy. Even though I don't know when I will meet them, I know that God will send everything in the proper timing. This is a really terrific promise for you, my dear Rihanna, and I want to be able to support you myself. Do you have cards that you use? You might want to start drawing cards, and you can even turn a card for your person. Just because you haven't met them yet doesn't mean you can't commune with them in energy, okay, or in spirit. So yeah, right. Lilith, thank you for making that comment. Trust me, finding the soulmate is only the beginning of the work. I wish that Janice was here, because Janice met me 13 years ago. And when we met, she was not with any soulmate, but she really wanted a soulmate badly, really badly. And I said, she's a gorgeous woman, tons of gifts, absolutely wonderful human being. And I said to her, maybe you're fishing in the wrong pond. It might be that your ideal soulmate might be very much younger than you or very much older than you. And she said, nope, that's it. I'm sure the person's going to be my age. And I said, well, how's it working for you? You're 42 years old and you haven't met them yet. Well, as luck would have it, guess what? Within 2 years, I think, of when we met, or maybe shorter than that, she met her soulmate, 17 years younger. Not even kidding. They're about to celebrate their 10th wedding anniversary. And I see I have 10 thumbs up here. Let's make it 20 thumbs up. If you want your soulmate, hit that thumbs up. Join this energy, because if you desire it, there's another person out there who's looking for you. I wish Janice was here today to share her celebration. Surrender, biryani, mutton biryani. Now I'm going to have to Google that. That sounds very intriguing. Alyssa, welcome. I'm so glad you're back. Today we're just listing our favorite foods to get a reading. Favorite fruit is Italian. Oh, look at that. Catherine wants to tell you, I got my dream job. I'm so blessed. Now I need my soulmate. Well, Alyssa, I'm happy to support you, girl. Also, remember, if you would like to be part of my private community over on WhatsApp, and that's where I share more deeply, you can get to know me a little better. I have a group called Ask Catherine or Ask Cat. You can ask me any questions you want, and I will answer you over there. Come join me. All you do is email, and I'll check you in. So, Surendhar, you are next, and then Alyssa. Let me show you the deck I'm using, just so y'all know. Love Oracle deck. Aren't they pretty? Okay, let's see. For Surendhar, we are going to have someone looking for you, Surendhar. What is the message? Okay, nobody wants this message. Please don't put a thumbs down when you see this card, because isn't it true? It's like, oh my gosh, I've already been patient for so long, right, Surrender? We get tired of being patient, don't we? And the people that love us and they know we are a good partner, that we have so much love to give. We've been waiting patiently already, but good grief, when's the wait going to be over? All right, so Surendhar. Some things still need to be dealt with for this connection to manifest. So can you imagine like an old-fashioned radio where you're trying to tune it in? I'm 71, I'm a little older than some of y'all, but where you have to turn the dial to tune something in. There's static where it sounds right? And you can't hear the message. So what I'm picking up here is that your person, I think they might be suffering a little bit of disappointment. Remember, I talked earlier about something that I call FOD, fear of disappointment. So I think your partner, the one that's looking for you, is working their way through their painful breakup. They may even still be in the process of divorce. And they don't, what they're thinking is, oh, if I meet a new soulmate, everything will be solved. All I need is a new relationship. When in reality, we always have to deal. See all the energy around that heart? We always have to go through some processes before things smooth out and we have a wide open door to new love. Believe me, you do not want to attract your soulmate when you have a lot of tight, icky, hurtful energy that's stuck to you. So that some things need to be worked out. Now let's talk about you, Surendhar. Do you have any heartbreak that's left from one of your last relationships? Here's how you check. Think to yourself of someone you broke up with. And you guys can all do this, who's listening. Even if you're married, think of a past relationship, maybe the very first person you had a crush on. Allow yourself to think about a breakup in the past. And then think about the worst day when something was really bad. Either you heard something or somebody said something, somebody ghosted you. And just sense, are you still brokenhearted about that? Do you still have pain, emotional pain when you think of it? That would be a sign that you have some cleanup to do. You have some work to do to just sweep away the energy of that past breakup. In the description box, there's something called the Soulmate Generator. It's free of charge. It works. Try it. If you need a private reading, I'm here for you. This is where you order your reading. I would love to help you personally, but you don't need to have a reading for this. What you need is to find a way to detach from that past heartbreak. So please surrender. Go ahead and take a look at that Soulmate Generator. And even though patience, let me do a couple of affirmations, because I almost hate to give the patience message because so many people go, I don't want to be patient. I want a soulmate. I'm like, oh gosh, bless your heart. I get it. I totally get it. I've been around, people have been asking me about soulmates for years. In fact, I have a blog. It's called Breakup Candy. breakupcandy.com. Breakup Candy is the blog where I talk about recovery from heartbreak. And so you're more than welcome to check that out. Again, all of that's free of charge right out there for you to kind of just explore. Could brokenheartedness be one of the things that has to be dealt with for your person to show up or to manifest? So even though I'm tired of being patient, the truth is I don't want to be with someone who is still brokenhearted. Even though I don't want to be patient, I do want someone who's ready for love. Even though I'm tired of being patient, the truth is practicing patience is a great way to make my next relationship sustainable. Lilith, I can hear you saying hell yes to that one. Okay. Moving forward, and we have beautiful Alyssa. Now, mind you, I'm going to go through as many readings as I can today, like I always do. And so when you put in what your favorite food is and put something that you enjoy into this energy, it helps me read better for the collective. Because even though you're waiting for that soulmate and it sucks, there's a lot of other things going on in life that you can be grateful for. So excuse me while I sip my tea. And thank you so much for spending your morning with me, you guys. Happy Monday. Okay. Yes, Alyssa, congratulations. I am so glad you found that position. Okay, Alyssa, you are next. All right, and I was just cruising ahead here to see. Oh, Lilith is endorsing Jimmy on relationships. Yes, he is so good. Lilith, who is already with her soulmate, you guys. So she not only manifested her soulmate, but now she's manifesting growth into a real divine counterpart relationship. So absolutely. I am so tickled. Thank you, Lilith, for adding to our conversation. Okay, so Alyssa, what is it that you need to know? Because Alyssa, guess what? I can't explain why I'm sure about it, but I am. That if you have a heart to attract a soulmate, that person is looking for you. All right, let's see what the message is. Yep, just exactly what I'm saying. To draw this card is proof positive. So Alyssa came to the reading today, in case you just joined us. Alyssa came to the reading and said she manifested a new position. And I don't know all the details. You can write to me, Alyssa, and tell me the details. But whatever position, whatever employment she found was something that manifested for her. It showed up, all right? And that's what manifestation is. Every day when you wake up, things show up. Your day manifests before you. And on one of those days, you're going to meet someone who's going to get your attention. And then you will start to enjoy that attraction. Manifestation goes two ways. Attraction goes two ways. It's either attracting or repelling. What you're not attracting, you are repelling. So being able to follow, as these readings have come forth today, we're learning that we do need to do that housekeeping. We need to sweep away the heartbreak and the disappointments of our past situations. Because if you are waiting for your soulmate and they're not coming in, you're repelling them. Take a breath. Don't hang up on me. We just have to take responsibility. If you're getting the exact opposite of what you're wanting when it comes to love, you have to look at yourself in the mirror, look yourself right in the eye, and say, I am 100% ready to be committed to another human being. Okay? Look yourself right in the eye, Alyssa. I'm 100% ready to be 100% committed to another human being. And if that is not completely true for you, you'll feel it. You'll feel a cringe or a twinge, and it won't feel just right to you. What does that mean? It just means you need to be an archaeologist. You have to look back into the bones of your old relationship and see if there's any fear left in there. Are you afraid of getting hurt again? You don't have to live with that fear. You know what you did to manifest that job, which I have a feeling is a lot of trust and gratitude. That I suggest that you do hit up that blog, Breakup Candy, and take that quiz over there. In fact, in the description box, there's a quiz called the Love Profile. The Love Profile will give you some clues about why you have been manifesting singleness. Because isn't that true, Alyssa? Haven't you been doing an excellent job of manifesting singleness? Many times when I ask that question, people roll their eyes at me and they're like, I'm not manifesting singleness. It just happened to me. Nope. If you're manifesting singleness, it's because a part of you has felt shy about getting together with someone. That's something you can take care of. Write me an email for more details, and you may want to be part of my manifesting community, where we are actually helping one another to bring the magic into our lives. So you have been manifesting this relationship. Everything you want will soon be yours. As you walk forward in faith and trust, and when you have a memory of someone who has hurt you, you just say, this did hurt me in the past, but I'm letting it go right now. Now, there's a man online called Michael Singer, and he has countless videos on letting things go. I love him. He's snarky as heck, and he kind of makes fun of us humans because why do we act like we do? Why can't we let go of those past hurts? So, Alyssa, do YouTube search for Michael Singer, because as you learn to let go at a deeper level, you're going to have quick results with that soulmate. Remember, they are looking for you. Okay, I'm moving forward here, hopefully. Good. Okay, yeah, absolutely. Abraham Hicks, Kay is mentioned to us as a resource. I have been watching Abraham Hicks videos on YouTube for over 20 years. They are deep. They are deep. And so it's very humbling to do a YouTube search that you put in the search window, Abraham Hicks Soulmates, because when you hear how they teach about soulmates, it's going to give you food for thought. One of the things they say is nobody is comfortable being somebody's everything. We need to have a spiritual relationship with the divine first, because if you think that your soulmate's going to be fulfilling every need and that once you have that soulmate you'll never be lonely again, that's the wrong energy, because that means you're looking to your soulmate to be your divine connection, and that will never work. Okay, let's go through here. I'm going through, we're looking, oh, Anjali's here today. Welcome. Masala dosa, ooh, from Kerala. That makes me very curious, very curious. You guys are absolutely putting together some wonderful menu ideas for me. I can't wait to try some of these things. So Anjali, somebody is looking for you just as much, if not even more, than you're looking for them. All right, let's take a peek for Anjali. So Anjali, distance. Distance can be a blessing, and that's not an easy message to hear. There's always a spiritual reason, and there's always a spiritual solution for any problem that you're going through, okay? So what we're seeing here is the separation that you are experiencing is necessary to help the relationship grow. So even though being distant seems to be heartbreaking, and the loneliness that you might feel because there's a part of you that thinks that if you only had your person, and this is so true for all of you guys who are really lonely. Let's all put our hand on our heart. I call it the awe position. When you just put your hand right on your chest and say awe, because all of us have had times when we're just so lonely and it's very hard to be by yourself. And the thing that we need to remember is that we're never really truly alone, because we have, where's my little statue I'm missing? Let me take a peek here. We're always able to connect to our divine connection. That our spirit within us is always available. And sometimes as humans, we have a mistaken belief that it's another human who will complete us. But you have to remember that no matter how wonderful that soulmate is, Anjali, that they're going to have broken pieces too. And it's in our brokenness when we are both, me and my partner, are having a bad day. That's when it's so painful in a connection. And some people give up and they leave because it's too painful. This is why it's so important not to move in with somebody or not to marry somebody until you really know them well and have that strong understanding that yes, you're going to have some fantastic days, some wonderful feelings. It's a great adventure to be with someone new, but you're also going to have times when you're going to annoy each other and you're going to bring out the worst in each other. So right now, in this time where you are in separation from your dear soulmate, it's a time for you to help your relationship grow with the divine. This is a time for you and your inner being to come into a close relationship. You may want to use the YouTube search, and you can search for meditations for growing a spiritual connection, or meditations. Oh, you know what would be a good idea, Anjali, is looking for meditations for your inner child. There's a cool inner child teacher that I'm working with right now. Her name is Jessica, and she has some YouTube videos around the inner child. Her website, her YouTube channel is I Love the Life I Live, and I would check her out. And also Louise Hay, if you've heard of her name, she's not with us anymore, but thankfully her voice is recorded forever on the YouTubes. Her work around the inner child is extremely rich and very fulfilling. So do that. In this time of separation, nurture and cultivate your relationship with your inner being and your inner child. Actually, wouldn't it be nice if the reason you're in separation is that your soulmate, the one that's looking for you, is also aware that a spiritual connection and identifying with the divine makes you the best partner you can be? Okay, Anjali? Thank you for being an ambassador today, for holding this energy, because I just have a strong feeling that there are many people here who've never looked at distance this way. They've looked at distance like a penalty. Like the reason I can't find love is because something's wrong. It's a penalty. No, it's a protection so that you can really get clear on your divine connection first. It will always pay off. Okay, moving forward. Isn't that wild? So, oh my goodness. So Priyanka, please get yourself something to eat. Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Faith food is adobo. We have another one, randomness. Well, we just had, that must be a very delicious food. I'm going to look that up because you're the second person to mention it. So adobo, I have to look and see what that is. Hi, Roxy, I see you're still here. Fantastic. I'm going to read as many cards as I can. You guys know that I do my best. I know some of you, I might miss you. I apologize for that, but I have just one me, and I'm doing the best I can. Okay, so this reading is for randomness. All right, randomness. I'm going to call you random. I hope you don't mind. Let's take a look at your card. Okay, so the person that's looking for you, random, really wants to be married. And I think that you know what? When I used to do readings out in the public, I went to a little crystal store and I would do readings. And this reminds me, it's just such a similar energy. But I would ask them, do you want to be married? And they would say, well, maybe yes, maybe no. I said, what do you mean by that? I say, well, I kind of want to be married, but if I met someone who doesn't want to be married, that would be okay. This is a problem. You cannot hold those two energies together, because the people who are looking for a partner, they have a specific need to be connected. They are looking for a connection. There are also a lot of people who are not looking for a partner. They're friends with benefits people, they're casual sex people, they're people that are players, and there's nothing wrong with being a player as long as you tell your person you're a player. I was with a player for a while, for a short time, and it was fantastic. Even though I kind of wanted more of the person, the reality is their attraction to me empowered me to move on from a past relationship that was not good for me at all. So when that person came in with all that charisma and all that crush, you know how it is to get a crush on someone and you're just, oh, yay. Well, it wasn't supposed to be sustainable. It wasn't. It broke my heart a little bit when he ghosted me, because he did. But I came to appreciate the fact that if he had not come on to me, if he had not seduced me, I wouldn't have had the courage to divorce my husband. We were in separation, me and my husband. And so it wasn't like I was cheating on anybody. I was on my way to divorce, but my self concept was so low. And when he paid attention to me, my heart became alive again. And so many times, the main thing that's keeping you from finding your person is your decision. Do you want to be married? Do you want to put a ring? Here's a ring. Do you want to put that on your ring finger? If you do, you have to honor that. So, with random, if you want a commitment, you have to claim it, because once you claim what you want, your person knows how to find you. But if you're a person that just doesn't care, you just want to be with someone for now, and you're more interested in a casual connection, there's nothing wrong with that. But make the decision. So here's what you can do, random, or any of you who are curious. Look, I had a client once. This was a riot. I've had two clients. Okay, so the one client, Janice, I mentioned to you, Janice, and she was 42 and hadn't found a partner. And so I had asked, I said, have you ever looked in the mirror, look yourself right in the eye, and say, I want to be a wife? I want to be a wife. She had never said that before. And when she looked in the mirror, she couldn't say it, you guys. The words wouldn't come out. She was out of alignment with her own desires, because even though she wanted a husband, she had never acknowledged that she was ready to be a wife. So one of her homework was to look in the mirror every day and say out loud, I am 100% sure I want to be a wife. So that's your decision, random. Look in the mirror. See if you can say it. What is your commitment level that you want, or you think you do? And then make eye contact with yourself and say, I'm 100% sure I want to be a husband. I'm 100% sure I want to be a wife. I'm 100% sure I want an exclusive commitment with someone. Got it? Because if you can't meet your own eye, and when you say that, people don't know how to find you. We do live in an attraction-based universe. There's no coincidence you're here on this reading. We are drawn to the things that our inner being wants for us. So look in the mirror, point a finger at yourself. What is it that you really want? All right? Your love life is soon ascending to a higher level of commitment. But guess who the commitment is to? It's you, random. You need to commit to your own desires and let yourself want what you want. Random, I'm going to thank you from the bottom of my heart for letting us speak these words today, because you are not alone. So many people that find my work cannot really acknowledge what it is they really want. Why? Because they're afraid of disappointment. And they think, well, as long as I meet someone, I can swing either way. I mean, I don't need to be married. Well, maybe not, but do you want it? Then go for it. No excuses. Now, there is a book out there. It's an old book. It's called The Soulmate Secret by Arielle Ford. And it's a cookbook. It gives you exactly what she did to find her soulmate. She met him later in life. I believe she was in her late 40s. And they are absolutely fantastic partners. And they don't have children. They have a lot of travel. She's a very successful author, and they found each other, and she wrote a book about it. So take a look for that book. Okay, random? And moving farther along here, thank you so much. Is Catherine an air sign? Me, Catherine? No, I am a Scorpio, actually. Lilith. So Lilith is a good example. So Lilith is someone who's already married and has her soulmate. So this is so true that even though you might be dating someone, or you may feel like you are connected, the reality is that your person is always going to want to go deeper with you. The only way to make it sustainable is to be open to growing with your person. Fear and doubt and pain from your past relationships will always stick up their ugly head and try to get in the way. And we, as manifestors, we can take control of our thoughts. Here you go. Did you know that the word create is made up of the same letters as the word react? Okay, so what we create is our reactions. How you react to a problem is going to make or break your relationship. Are you going to pinch their head off? Are you going to use your partner for a vessel to carry your pain? Do you want to vent to a partner every bad thing that happened today? That's not very attractive. We have to find a way to detach from our issues and be open receptacles of love for our people. The best teacher that I use personally is Michael Singer, teaching about letting it go. I love him so much. He's got a great sense of humor, and he is a little snarky, but he calls it like it is. I mean, if you want true love, you have to learn how to let go of the stupid shit. And no offense, but we need to clear our energy of anything we don't need. So thank you, Lilith, for bringing that to our attention. Hiya, Angel. All we need to do today is to put our favorite food, and that is surrender. I already did your reading. It was several readings ago. I'm going to put timestamps on it. I think you were the second or third, so please do review. It's there for you. Okay, Kay. Oh, thank you. I'm really glad that y'all are, that you enjoy the explanations. I know everybody wants a card, but I'm so overflowing with desire for people to find their partner. I've been doing this work for years. Breakup Candy is my blog, breakupcandy.com. And in the description box, there's a love profile. Take it. It's free of charge. It'll give you a little story that'll explain to you why you're still single. Okay, just do yourself a favor. And Rachel, welcome back. Rachel, favorite food is avocados. Oh, me too. Yum yum. Okay, whoopsie. Okay, so let me just back up. I don't want to miss anybody. I think, what did I pass somebody? Oh yes, Ave del Paraiso, Ave, I'll call you Ave, and you are next. I'm doing my best to get to everyone. Thank you for being patient. You guys are the best. I have the best people. That's why I renamed my channel Fish Out of Water and Friends, because you guys are bringing to life some remarkable readings, okay? If this isn't enough, check out the live section on my channel. There are countless live readings right there. All of the titles are there for you, and just pick one of those and enjoy. Okay, so Ave, let's see, fellow taco lover. All right. Okay, so it looks to me like you might already know your person, Ave, all right? I feel like you are, there may be a person that you're wondering. You're like, this friend, maybe this friend could be a soulmate. So let's address that. I feel like it's true what I have heard, that the very best relationships come out of a deep friendship. That being able to appreciate someone's ability to sustain a friendship is a very strong indication of success. So I have a feeling that you are wanting more, Ave, and that you may know this person, and you may even have asked yourself, could this be my soulmate? But I don't feel such a way toward them. So I think that whoever is in your world right now, who's getting drawn to you like a magnet, that there is something important about this connection. It could even be that the person you're being drawn to, they may have a brother or a cousin that you'll end up with. I'm not sure, but there's something going on here with your energy where the people, somebody's being drawn to you, that they're looking for you, and they don't even understand either. I will tell you from my personal experience that when something really good happens, when you attract a good person, sometimes they can seem a little boring because they they just are calm. And if you're used to being with partners that cheat on you, or they make you suspicious all the time, that's not good, but it's got a lot of energy and it can just keep you kind of on edge. So when someone comes in that you know they like you, but you don't like them that way, allow that relationship to unfold organically. It could be that this person treats you better than anyone you've ever known. And so the connection that you're wanting is worth the wait for sure. All right. There's a card that I drew a few cards ago, and the name of it is Patience. And so if you weren't here at that time, Ave, when I get the timestamps placed into the replay, do take a look at that patience reading, because we don't want to rush the divine. The idea of trusting that things happen at the exact right time is so important. If you jump too quick, you can get into a heap of trouble. And that happened to me with one of my relationships. I got way too deep too fast. And when I saw what his character was, it was too late. I was already in. And it took me years to get out. And it was a very painful situation for me. So trusting divine timing, there is nothing more important than that, my dear friend Ave. So moving forward, and I believe we have Rachel with our avocado, and then this beautiful name of the food, Manu. Hi, Manu. I remember you've been here before, and I can't even pronounce some of the words of these foods, but it's got me hungry for Indian food. I'm like, okay, where am I going to go? I need to learn how to cook it. And you know what? I know if I go to YouTube, I will. If you guys know a YouTube channel that has wonderful Indian cooking, would you email it to me? That would be great. Or even any recipes that you have. Oh my gosh, I would love that, because I do cook for myself, because I think I cook better than half the food I get out in restaurants. So I would love if you share your food with me. Okay, let me get a sip of my tea. Thank you so much, you guys, for being here with me today. I love spending my time with you. It so reminds me of the days a few years ago when I would be out at the festivals and the farmers markets and walking around and doing readings for people. And I get that same feel when you guys are here with me. So Rachel, someone's looking for you. Somebody wants that soulmate connection. Let's see what our message is. All right. This is a message and a half, isn't it? You are enough. So this is something, thank you, Rachel, for being the ambassador for this powerful energy. Because if you feel that you are somehow incomplete, Rachel, that you feel that without a partner, you're only half a person. Now, I will tell you that it's not easy to be single in some cultures, because when you look around, all you see are couples. I mean, you see little old people that are couples, you see young people that are couples, you go to restaurants and there's a couple over there. If you get invited to a wedding and you go as a single, it doesn't feel comfortable, right? And so we can accidentally start to believe that we are not enough unless we're with a partner. And this is very harmful for you, because you are enough. Everything that you've been through has brought you to this place. And as you continue to build the confidence that even without a partner, you are enough, that your person is over here somewhere developing their own relationship with the divine, because that makes for the best partners. When you're both on, you both have spiritual awareness, and that you're aware that a human being will never be enough as a partner. When you can simply start to accept that humans are deeply flawed animals. We have an animal nature. And I, Catherine, your fearless leader, when I'm upset, I get snarky. I'm a Scorpio with Scorpio rising. I'm a double Scorpio. And when I'm upset, I mean, I'm not proud of it. I'm not, but there are times when I need to stand up firmly to someone. And there's friends of mine that have seen me in action. For example, there's somebody that I'm related to who is trying to explain that hitting women was a good idea. And they were trying to help me understand their thinking. In my book, it's never appropriate for anyone to hit anyone in a relationship. And certainly not when a man is 3 times the size of a woman and decides that it's okay to hit them. So obviously, I was quite strong minded when I was defending myself and womanhood. And so my snarkiness and my sharpness came out, zzz, and it stung them. Now, that's fine if I want to cut off relationships, but if I want to sustain it, I need to learn how to control my own self. I can't believe that another human is going to just come in like Superman. Oh, now my human is here. I am better. No, because when you can get right with spirit and release your need to be with someone, it's not like you're giving up, but the person that will sustain with you, the person that will love you through thick and thin, they must know that they are enough. It's not fair to depend on another person when you are not depending on the divine. So, what do I suggest for you, my friend Rachel? Go to the YouTube search and do a search for meditations or affirmations about you are enough. If you simply started to listen every day, even for as little as 7 days in a row, and you just fed your brain, you are enough, and there's beautiful meditations out there to help you, you will start to balance yourself. And the person that you're meant to be with will then be more likely to come toward you. You don't need to change for another person, but you do need to change for your own well-being, because if you think another human is going to fill you and be your enough, it's doomed from the start. Now, you guys know I'm a very positive person, and I don't want to mislead you, but I've been married 2 times. One time for 29 years, and the other time for 9 years. And in both of those situations, we were humans that thought the other person was supposed to be our person. That if I had that person, well, now I have no more problems. Well, guess what? That was a very immature way to go into a partnership. So I'm kind of talking right from my heart to yours. Save yourself some time. Reprogram your mind right now. You have the choice. You can use YouTube just like anybody. Go find yourself some good affirmations for I am enough. It will help. Okay, Rachel? I love that little picture of an avocado you put in there. I love them too. In fact, I want to get some guacamole or make some. Okay, Manu, thank you so much for the beautiful food that you named that I can't even think to try to pronounce. I really appreciate it. So, Manu, and then Surendhar, I did not skip you, but you're like the second, third, or right in the beginning of the reading because you were here first. So I will be putting in the I'm going to be putting the timestamps in there, and then you'll hear your reading. Okay. Jennifer Tyler. Oh, avocado toast. Now, see, I can pronounce that. Manu, I just love that you're laughing along with me. It's so fun. So we have, let's see. Let me see. Who do I have here? I don't want to miss anybody. Oh, Manu. Manu, and then we have Jennifer. Okay, Manu with the mystery Indian food. Thank you. Thank you. If you're enjoying the readings, please do hit the thumbs up, and don't be surprised if these readings for the collective ring very true for you. We are all birds of a feather flocking together, and we're all wanting that deep soulmate connection. Okay, and so for you too, Sadhir, you can email me, and I'm happy to greet you with an email, and I can let you know which reading was yours. Okay, so please don't be disappointed just email me and I'll give you the timestamp so you can find your reading. So Manu, let's see, separation. Okay, so Manu, are you with somebody right now? I'm wondering. It seems that there's something going on in your energy where there is a relationship. It could be a friendship. Sometimes soulmates are actually more about the people we work with or our family or our friends. Sometimes you can have a soulmate friend that you guys have been friends forever, and all of a sudden some kind of problem has happened. Now I have a lot of energy coming up. Thank you, A. Aren't you a darling? I have energy in the top of my chest, Manu. So go ahead and put your hand right on the top of your chest, right where your neck meets your chest, because there's pressure there. So I'm feeling like one of the issues in your soulmate search is that there's a little fear of speaking up for yourself. You may be a quiet personality, somebody who is shy, and it's real hard for you to say, that's not working for me. We need to stop doing that. Many times in friendships and love relationships, it starts to fall apart because one or both of the people are not telling the truth. It's not like they're lying, it's like they don't know how, because something is going on in the connection that's not good for either of you. And somebody has to be strong enough to say, look, right now we're hurting each other. Right now we need to stop what we're doing and figure this out. So there's a couple of ways to read this energy, because the person who's looking for you may be looking for you in the invisible, like they're not really ready to be dating yet because they're breaking up from someone. And believe me, you don't want someone who has a hard time speaking up for themselves. Also, you don't want someone who's too much. You know, the volume is turned up and they're loud, they're noisy as they ask for what they're wanting. So this time apart that is good for you, don't be afraid of it. Use it as a time when you can start to investigate, what is it that you really want from this person? Grab a piece of paper and write a list. When it comes to my ideal connection, the best soulmate for me, and write down what it is that you think you want. It may be very helpful for you to begin to analyze any partnership in your life right now that's not going well. This doesn't have to be a love soulmate. It could be a different human relationship that you may be feeling uncomfortable in and you're not sure if you should go forward. So Manu, be very careful that you allow time apart if you need to. If a partner is too clingy, in fact, Manu, if you've ever had people say you're too clingy, and you just hate that when you hear it, but take it in. Is there something about your habits that make you look too dependent or too clingy? Do some work around that, and you will find yourself attracting better partner material. Be sure to take that the love profile. It's right in the description box, but it will give you a little report that will help you analyze, why is it that people want to separate from me? Why is it that I have a hard time speaking my truth? Now, again, if you want more, I've got it for you. I have a private community on WhatsApp. You guys are all welcome to email me and ask about joining. There's no fee, but it's just a place where I can share some of the resources that I use myself, because I do. I use tools every day. Every day I work at keeping my mood from taking a dive. When I'm feeling sad or blue or discouraged, I'm not very attractive, and I want to continually work at the techniques I've learned to keep my energy where I want it to be. If you're one of those who would want a private reading, this is how you order your reading. I'm right here available for you. Go to manifestfaster.com and you can read all about it. Okay, so now we have avocado toast for Jennifer Tyler. Hi, Jennifer. Let's pull up. So let's think about this. The person that's looking for you, what's going on? Thank you so much for hitting the thumbs up, you guys. Just taking that moment, using your finger on my behalf is like, it's like a hug. It's like you're reaching over to me and touching my life when you touch the thumbs up. So those of you who are doing that, my heart is so full for you. Thank you for coming to visit me. Okay, avocado toast. Have you guys ever tasted Dave's Killer Bread? That's my favorite bread. I know it's here in the US, but it's very dense, delicious whole wheat bread, and that with avocado, little cherry tomatoes, and some red onion on there. Ah, I think I'm getting hungry. Okay, so let's take a look at our avocado toast fan, Jennifer. All right. The twin flame. Okay, twin flame to me, Jennifer, is a term that is tricky because I once heard a teaching about the difference between a soulmate and a twin flame, and I was fascinated. I don't know it to be true because I don't study it, but that discussion that the person gave in the teaching was so profound. I want to say it to you. So the so soulmate. Soulmate is a relationship that does not necessarily indicate a romance. A soulmate is someone that you have real quick rapport, that when you get each other, like instantly. It can be a friend or someone you work with. It can even be somebody in your family. If you have a large family and there's one brother or one sister that you guys just got each other, you were always in tune with one another, you could finish each other's sentences, that type of thing. That's what we call a soulmate energy, not necessarily just for love, okay? Then we have the twin flame. And a lot of people feel like, oh, twin flame, yes. Lilith, if you're here, I'm wondering about you. But some of us think twin flame, that's extra. That's like really special. And that's why I want to have it, because it's extra sacred. Well, this lady that taught, and I wish I could remember, her first name was Rebecca, but I can't remember her last name. She was talking about the twin flame through a different lens. She said that a twin flame, these are romance relationships, and they are the flame of there was a flame of life before the two souls were born, and that flame was torn in half, and one half of the flame went into one person and the other into the other person. What twin flame relationships are painful. They were born out of a wound, that the flame was torn in half. These relationships are very volatile. They're difficult to navigate. And if you're wise and you realize what's going on, you're able to recognize the sacredness of that challenge. Some of us come onto the planet with a challenge that we don't even understand. And some of our relationships are painful, but yet there's that sense that it's supposed to be very puzzling. And twin flames, if you choose a person who is a twin flame, if you recognize it as a highly spiritual relationship, as a karmic relationship, where you came in to heal. You came in to heal yourself, and they came in to heal themselves. That when you split that flame of your spirit and dropped into your lifetime, the purpose was to purge pain and difficulty from the past. Okay, that's a hard message to hear because you're like, gosh, what's that? I'm not sure I want to have pain as part of my sacred love, right? Well, let's go to the third category because there's good news. The third category is called divine counterpart. And when she started to teach about that divine counterpart, my heart relaxed because some relationships are designed to be sustainable. And it's not my idea, it's not Catherine's idea, it's not a human idea, it's the divine. And when you are willing to do the work you need to do to clear your own karma around your failed relationships, that the person that's looking for you is your divine counterpart. Someone who has a heart for healing, someone who doesn't need to be in a twin flame because they've already processed all of it. Could a twin flame or a soulmate be a divine counterpart? Perhaps, perhaps, but you could see that the evolution of the human from the soulmate through the twin flame to the divine counterpart, that if you're single right now, right, who am I talking to, Jennifer? If you're single right now, it's an opportunity to ask for a divine counterpart, someone who's designed to ebb and flow with you, to be on a parallel path of life, not crossed over or all scrunched together. No, but the freedom to go this way and that way as life adjusts. Your divine counterpart adjusts. They've learned not to blame. They've learned not to control. So, Jennifer, being able to just add as an affirmation, even though I'm not sure about this divine counterpart stuff, I want to meet one. Universe, what do I need to do to meet a divine counterpart? How can I prepare myself for my divine counterpart? If this fascinates you, email me. You might be very comfortable in my manifesting group over on WhatsApp, Fish Out of Water and Friends, where we continue the work that you guys participate here on these live readings. Okay? I hope that that is comforting to you with what's ever going on for you, Jennifer. I'm going to have a sip. Oh my gosh, are you kidding? 81 minutes already. It feels like 10 minutes. Good grief. I definitely have time for a few more. I'm not sure. And if you're in the queue and you're waiting for your reading, I love you so much. You're so patient. My hope is that some of these readings for the collective are able to bless you, okay? A carrot cake with cream cheese frosting. I think that's my very favorite cake. So right now I put my hand on my chest. I call it the awe position because I'm like, aw. Anybody else like carrot cake? Throw a thumbs up there in support of us carrot cake fans. I got to get maybe I should make one. Last time I made a carrot cake, it took so much effort to grate all those carrots. It was well worth the effort. But I do love that too. It's my favorite. So A. Let's take a look. The person that's looking for you. What's going on with that connection? How are the cards going to bless you today? I do want to show you, if you're just joining me, here is our deck, the Love Oracle cards. I just love them. They're so pretty, aren't they? Okay, so A. Let's see what we have. Oh, interesting. Take your power back. You are giving someone control over how you feel. Your happiness should only depend on you. So A, what strikes me is this. Are there people in your life, your family or friends, who are a little bossy around what's a good person for you? Have you been confused because how can you find your person if your family thinks they know what's best for you? I'm sensing that being able to be very confident in what you want has never been more important for you, A. That as you're in this place of in between, where you're wondering, what's best for me? It may seem that you need to step away from some of the values and the traditions of your growing up years. That doesn't mean that you abandon them deeply. It means that you adjust yourself, so that you can have the most valuable part of your traditions, the key, like the core value, that's deep within yourself and it has shaped you. But some of the traditions and the amount of opinion that your family and friends have may be holding you back because you're not sure. And if your family and friends or your traditions hold so much importance to you, it could be that your person that's looking for you doesn't know how to tune in, because your desire in your core, that you're coming out of the way you were raised, your traditions, those core, most important values have to be there. You can't abandon them totally because it's part of your magnetism. So when it comes for you, to create this powerful vortex that attracts not only a love mate, but even friends, things are going to take you out of your comfort zone. You can take your power back from the people who have shaped you. I know in my life, the way I grew up was painful in some ways because the adults acted more like children than the children, and it was a little bit chaotic. And the way they did a marriage was opposite of what I thought. And so when I picked my first husband, I picked someone that I felt was the opposite of how I grew up. And it felt like the right thing. The truth is, it was not sustainable. It was not a happily ever after. It was a happily along the way. And the way I talk about it is like my marriage was good until it wasn't. That's a great line. Write that down. You don't have to say bad stuff about your ex or your family. You say, look, it was great until it wasn't. The way my parents raised me was great until it wasn't, because I couldn't go forward with their old way of doing things. I needed to pick something that was right for me. So use this time, AA, use this time. The next time you're making a carrot cake and you're stirring up the ingredients, ask yourself, is there anything in my past that I need to let go of in order to be powerfully magnetic to my future love? All right, another thing, in the description box, there's a quiz that's called the Love Profile. Check that out. I think it might be really helpful for you. All right, so let me go forward. I'm getting hungry. It must be about lunchtime around here. Okay, all right, great, excellent. Oh, see, oh my gosh, I'm just seeing that comment you put where you've been putting everyone else first because of your upbringing. This is your card. Okay, great, excellent, great. And Surendhar, send me an email and I will give you the timestamp for your reading, okay? And going through here, aw, big hugs to you guys. Oh my gosh, you guys, I am so grateful. KLAA, your comments are just blessing my heart. I'm just so grateful. Fairy Doll, hi Fairy Doll. Did you know that I did a fairy reading yesterday and it was fabulous? So check my lives. I think you would love it. Okay, and loving mushrooms. You know what? Somebody made me a recipe recently. It was stuffed portobello mushrooms. Oh my gosh. It was so delicious. Thank you for reminding me of that because I want to try to include more mushrooms in my diet. So thank you so much. That's fantastic. So Fairy Doll, I'm loving mushrooms. Okay, excellent. What's your favorite kind of mushroom? There's so many, huh? All right, let's draw our card here for Fairy Doll. I love your name, Fairy Doll. And let's see. So there's somebody looking for you. What is it about? Let's check it out. All right. So we are definitely having, you know what? It's like birds of a feather flock together. We are having so many cards pulled today for people that need to understand how to feel safe when they're in a relationship. So I'm going to turn the card on its side. And this is kind of poetic because I started the reading with the exact same message, but a different card. And what we have here, this is the model of a healthy relationship. What it means is that here you are, okay, this is you, Fairy Doll, Okay? And you have chosen to line yourself up with your own well being. There's a part of you that acknowledges, yes, there's been a few broken experiences in your past. You have been broken by love, but you have a heart for healing. You're willing to patch up the broken places and keep moving forward. And it's only your divine work, the energy work that you do that can make sure that even though you have been broken, you are whole now. The star is our symbol of healing in the tarot deck. And so as you smooth out the disruption, the the way people treat you, the way you've allowed yourself to be treated, and you go to spirit and you say, I need help, help me. Now, I use tapping with my work in my private group on WhatsApp. In September, we're going to be starting to have what I call the tapping club, where you can come in and I will. I'm sorry, I lost my connection for a minute, so I apologize for that. But if you want to do tapping, tapping is an excellent way to be able to clear stress. In the community here on YouTube, you will see that I endorse Brad Yates. He's wonderful. I worked with him personally many years ago, and I've been tapping for over 20 years. And in my private community, I'm going to be leading tapping. So you guys, if you're interested in clearing away this pain, this interference around finding love, definitely do email me and I'll hook you up. But anyway, I'm back with Fairy Doll. Fairy Doll, I hope I didn't lose you, because here you are, right? You are taking responsibility and you're creating a vertical relationship with the divine. Now, your ideal partner will be the same way, that in an ideal relationship, we have two broken stars. We have two people that have experienced a lot of hardship and a lot of disappointment in love, but they're both taking responsibility. Not responsibility for how bad it was or how they didn't treat you right. No, no. You're taking responsibility for your recovery from it and from your ability to move on with love. Because if you have two people divinely connected, because they're going vertical, they want their relationship with the divine to be primary. Those are boundaries, all right? And then when the person that's looking for you right now, they're just like you. They know that humans disappoint. They know that without having working plans for how to deal with disappointments, it's very difficult to sustain a relationship. And the person that's looking for you, Fairy, they don't want to go from person to person to person. They want to find someone who resonates just like they do. Okay? So your person is looking for that twin desire for teaching people how to treat you by being clear on what you will or won't allow. And the only way to do that is to deal with that painful time in your previous relationships. There's still prickly energy around being hurt, betrayed, and disappointed. In the description box is the Soulmate Generator. It will work, it's free of charge, it will help you solve these problems, because without good boundaries, we are sunk. We are kind of doomed, because think about the freeway. This is my favorite thought, my favorite illustration. Imagine the freeway with no lines on it, right? The highway is just 6 lanes with no lane markers. That would be a disaster because nobody knows where to go. That's why you've been having some difficulty attracting somebody that's just the right person. So I need to close the readings today. I'm sorry I can't get to everyone, but you know I come on live every single morning and I can't wait to come back. This was a wonderful topic. So those of you who want more, email me. I will tell you what it's all about to be in my private community. There's no charge. It gives me a way to answer direct questions, and I'll explain how all that works. Meanwhile, go forth, have a wonderful day. Enjoy the humans that are in your life today, even though they're annoying. And remember, somebody is looking for you, probably harder than you're looking for them. This is the truth. So here's a big heart for you, big hugs for you. I know that love can be disappointing, but it also can be so fulfilling. And I wish that for you. So we'll see you tomorrow. I love you deeply. Bye now.